Good afternoon, sunshines. Just wanted to give you guys a quick walk around and update. And for right now, the roosters are not crowing, but as soon as they hear me talking, they will start crowing. So if I stop talking, that's because they're talking. So I don't know how to get this crazy camera to turn around anymore. It doesn't turn around during videos before you just tap the screen and all the updates they did. So now I'm inside the coop with my Jersey Giants and my Copper Marans. And yesterday, well, we've had tomato boxes here as nesting boxes, and as you can see, kind of, I guess, like they've tore up the inside of them. So I decided they needed actual nesting boxes. They've needed actual nesting boxes. So I came out and I have these crates here. So I had these, I don't know, here. They're like water hose brackets or something. I got them at Harbor Freight. So I took just a piece of board, laid it across, put another piece in front to keep them from kicking all of the sawdust out. I mean, pretty standard. And I put their eggs, their fake eggs, in there. And yesterday they did really good. They were having a little trouble getting up, even though it's not that high up off of the ground. So what I did is I came in and I built this this here. I'm not very good at this backwards pointing stuff. This here bar. So I dug a hole and put this piece in, put this piece across, put this piece here across, put those two pieces in the ground. It's some of our firewood, put it together with some screws, and obviously you can see it works really good. It obviously works too good because they're jumping up on top of them. So I think the next thing I'm going to do is get me a couple of pieces of hinges, or it's just some scrap wood, kind of like this piece here, and turn it upside down and just attach a piece of wood to it so that it comes down so they can't jump on top of there. I don't want them getting up there and resting when they have this roost bar going on over here. I'd rather for them to be on their roost bar. So I think that's what I'm going to do, is just get me 2 pieces of scrap wood and toss it up there so they can't get up there and poop on that. So just update on what's going on in this area. So, and like I said, they did really good yesterday. I was out here with them all day yesterday. They didn't eat eggs yesterday. So today I was actually in the house sorting eggs and putting them away. Wasn't able to get out here, so they ate 2. Looks like they ate 2. I found shells, so I'm assuming they ate their eggs. And I because of the garden area, I know my yard is still a disaster, but I built this sink stand here. This is an old brew box, but I built this sink stand here, and you can see my egg crates here, which I'll bring those over to this stand like this, and every day I'll just open them up. I collect the eggs and put them in here, put the date on them, and then put them in the house. And then the next day, because it's like 8 o'clock when the sun goes down, like real good sun goes down. So I just do the egg weighing and washing the next day and put them away. We bought cabinets. We bought those multicolored 10-drawer organizer things to put the eggs in. And my daughter and son-in-law are really good at 3D printing and stuff like that. So she's going to try and 3D print me some egg specialty egg holders to go inside the drawers. So let me bring you over here. want to show you the first batch of hennies, chickens that I hatched out. And like I said, I don't know what's going on with the phones. You can't do a video and turn it around anymore. You can't like tap the screen and hit the flip, or at least mine's not. I have the iPhone 11. Yeah, you just tap the screen and all it does is moves your sunlight. It doesn't flip your screen around anymore. So I did a short about this chicken run that we're building here. I don't know how well you can see it. It is 6 feet tall, and these are 12 feet. I think they're 12 feet. I believe they're 12 feet. Now I'm questioning myself. So anyway, we got one section of this done. You can see it goes like across and then back that way. So that's one section. It's going to be 3 different sections. And then this here is the floor to the new house, to their new house. It's 6 by 6. I am borrowing a design and kind of making it my own from another YouTuber. He did his, and it was kind of like I watched a bunch of people, and I'm taking like different parts of everybody's design and making it my own to work for me. So I'm gonna bring you guys down. We're gonna go down to the ground, and I'm not gonna squat down for this because my knees just ain't gonna hold up. Okay, so you can see here we have enclosed it, and we're calling this our dungeon. So this is where our first batch of hatched out hens and roosters are until we get the rest of this built. So they'll probably like seeing themselves on camera. Look it. Look, look. So they also have a waterer in there. It's the same thing. I'll take you guys back around and show you the meat birds. But like I said, it's 6 by 6. And then I made this thing here in the floor so that whenever it's clean out time, like I can clean it out. I don't have to sweep it out here. I'm gonna build a like a box pretty much, so that I can, not necessarily a box, but like where I can get a wagon under there or something, you know, slide it under, clean it out, and then be able to pull it back out without it being on the floor or making a big dust mess out here. So I'm gonna try and do that, but we're at a standstill because lumber was 2x4s. I guess what they're called is stud boards. They were like $5 and some change a month ago. They were $2.97 5 months ago, and now they're almost $8 a board. So that's kind of putting a halt on stuff. So we kind of get, you know, used stuff where we have it. And their entrance, like I said, I'm stepping into the coop. So we put up this board here, and there's another one that goes on the side over here. Looks like our coon is trying to get in at night. So there's a board, I don't know if I'm in focus here, but there's a board that goes across the bottom and a board that goes across the top. And then there's a board that goes over here to keep him from being able to go in. He gets into our compost bin and eats stuff out of there, but I'm not really worried about that because it's just compost. But the birds have this here. It's a kitty litter box or kitty litter bucket that the litter comes in, and I bought the little cup nipples so that, you know, you just drill the hole and they do that thing. You put the cup in it and they drink from the cup. but they want to be silly and not understand how to use it. They know how to use it, obvious. They've had it for like a week, but they keep getting on the top where the fill hole. I have one section of this cut off, and they keep getting up there and drinking from the top and pooping in it. So I'm gonna have to figure out something else to do for them. See, I don't know if you can see. Instead of drinking from the nippler, they get up there and drink out of the top. But that's the only kind of nipple they're getting once the run is finished. Where we have, like I said, my yard is a mess. So here we have the volunteer corn, our 4 loquat trees. We got banana trees. I got potatoes back there. I have new stuff up there growing, which is peppers. And then we have, like over here, we have some more stuff. But we have those, I don't know if they're IBC or ICB totes. They're big water bins or water barrels. We got them from a company that puts wash solution, like food wash solution. So it's obviously food safe, food grade safe. It is corrosive, but I mean, I washed them out, put rainwater in them, washed them out, put rainwater in them, let the rain fill up, swoosh it around, put some bleach in it. It turns red. And I made a connector piece with its lid and like a water hose adapter, and connected a water hose and ran it out, not to the ditch, but like, if you see behind me, it's all wooded area. So what we did is we ran from the house out to here with about 4 water hoses, and just let the water run into this the back property that we have back here. So we let the water run back here, and obviously the water it's not that corrosive of a chemical, because nothing is dead. So I don't want to hear anything about that. So like I said, this is part of, this is where we're at right now on this run. This is one section. The next section is going to be halfway over here where the chickens and ducks actually are. This house is going to be moved. We're going to use this one for meat birds later on, like when we do our own hatching out. Instead of putting them under here, we're going to put them out here. We're making doors. Actually, let me see. I'm going to make like swing doors that are going to attach to this, so that we can section off, so that we can keep grassy knolls. So it's kind of like we're putting our chickens on pasture, per se. That sounds right. So I guess that's what it would be like. Yeah, we put them on pasture. So we put them in one spot and they tear it up, while in the other 2 spots the grass grows back. And then we'll put them in, you know, we'll just kind of keep moving them every 2 weeks so they don't tear up too bad. And then the grass will, you know, it'll come back. And we're going to make a separate, so technically this is going to be 4 corrals long, and 1 corral is going to permanently be for the ducks. Because ducks don't tear up the grass like chickens do. I mean, these chickens have been in here for 3 months. You see? 3 months. Ducky, 3 months. And this is what the ground looks like. So 2 months ago they needed to be moved, but we didn't have the money, we didn't have the supplies, we didn't have any of the equipment that we needed to be able to move them back. I mean, yes, I could have moved this fence that they're in back, but 2 months ago, moving this fence to where it is, I twisted my elbow and pinched a nerve it's sort of healed. And then they said because I didn't stop using, I didn't rest my arm, it caused tennis elbow, which now is no longer tennis elbow. And right on cue. So it's no longer tennis elbow. It's actually like, I can't even show you. It's like, let's see here. I don't have any way to, so it's in this part of my arm, like the forearm, like here. It goes up into my forearm, and then up here. Look at that farmer's tan. And then in the evening time, back here in my rib side and in my back, in my shoulder blade, it starts hurting real bad. And I literally have to take, they gave me a very weak muscle relaxer to relax the muscles so that I'd be able to sleep at night without causing cramps. So that's not fun. And it's been that way for about 2 months. So I do what I can on my own. Okay, so anyway, enough about me. All right, back to the chickens. I don't know if you noticed whenever I turned it around, this table thing here. This used to be a planting table, and some of the boards broke. Some of the boards broke on it. So instead of replacing the boards right now, I threw some of this chicken wire fence in it to try to keep their food off of the ground, to kind of make like a goat feeder for chickens. I'm gonna still keep this idea, but I'm going to make it better when the run is completely done. So stay tuned for that part sometime this year. I can't be sure. So yeah, see, he's waiting for me to stick my finger through far enough down so that he can chomp it off. He's a mean booger. He's mean. So anyway, you see the nesting box on that side? We bought that nesting box last year whenever these girls started laying eggs, when we lived over in the trailer. And that is working really well. I wished I could afford another nesting box like that for my Jersey Giants. For the Jersey Giants, but I cannot afford to dish out another $150. I think they're like $125, and then for shipping, there was no, so it's like the price of the box plus shipping. It just doesn't make sense to me to do that again. Maybe later on. For right now, we just have the farm market and the egg sales. Yeah, I'm kind of back in this one because I can keep him quiet while I'm in here, or at least sometimes. What was I saying? Okay, so we have the farm market, and we have pretty much, I tried to start early, like a silly person, and I have never, I've lived up here in this area for 15 years, and not once have I ever seen, coming outside at the beginning of spring, these black grasshoppers. They're like black with red or yellow stripes. Not stripes. I want to say kind of like, if you ever seen the movie Tron, you know how they got like okay. Now he's just mad because I left. So anyway, they full grow, and then they lay their babies or eggs or whatever they do. Grasshoppers, they lay their eggs. Anyway, come springtime, they hatch. or born. They come out of the ground. And I didn't know about these things, at least until I moved into this house, because I'd never had them before, nowhere. And I came out just about nightfall, and I saw all these black grasshoppers, and I was like, oh, we'll pick these and see what they are and give them to the chickens. Let the chickens eat them. Bad idea. Horrible idea. Horrible idea. They're poisonous to chickens. But they're bitter. So when I gave one to see if they would eat them, I threw one in there. The chicken attacked it, trying to eat it like chickens do. And she was like, nope. Nope. And the grasshopper went on about his business. So I just happened to have a fire, and I started collecting them and throwing them in the fire pit. Why? Because it says, whenever I look them up, it says that they will devastate a garden overnight. Now, I'm standing in one of my gardens, my small garden, okay? And I bought a packet of bok choy. It says on the packet pak choy, P-A-K, pak choy, not B-O-K, bok choy. Okay, so whenever I put on my, when I told people I had pak choy, they're like, bok choy? And I'm like, if that's what it's called, the packet doesn't say that. So anyway, I bought those, and they were like $4 for the packet. And I was like, I can't afford to do that. So I bought one packet, and I planted them. I don't know if you can see. Here? This way? Well, at least to right here. That's purple kohlrabi. So starting here and going back that way, I guess that's right. Yeah. Okay. So anyway, I planted them with the hopes of either maybe being able to sell it in the farm market or it going to seed. Well, as you probably could have seen just now, it went to seed. It went to seed, which is even better because each plant will give me seeds, and then come time to actually plant kohlrabi or bok choy, I will be able to, okay, there we go. I will be able to replant these and get a good harvest. Now, one thing that I don't like, and I don't know if you can see how well you can see this one here because I'm not looking at the screen, but this one got devastated by worms, and there are tomato hornworms, see, and borers, whatever the hell you call those things, vine borers. They got in it. They killed it. So I got rid of the grasshoppers before, or at least I got rid of most of the grasshoppers before they killed my garden. And let's see if I can go this way. Here we go. So from here, this is waist high. I don't know if you can see that one. That one right there is waist high. And I'll kind of like try to look at my screen to make sure you guys are in looking at the garden and not somewhere else. Okay. So anyway, I'm showing you. These are my tomatoes because I got rid of the grasshoppers. And I have sprayed with neem. They say neem oil doesn't help against those things. So the neem oil is helping against the worms, the caterpillars, whatever you want to call them. Tomato hornworms that are on the bok choy, excuse me. So the bok choy is keeping the worms away, and me getting rid of the grasshoppers, that helped over there. So let's see, what else do we got going on? There's a whole bunch of stuff, and I probably won't be able to fit it all into the video. So I have more stuff down here prepared, but I don't want to show any of this stuff. I have bell peppers going on over there. Our corn, if you buy, I think it's Burpee sweet bicolor hybrid corn. Expect this. Expect that. That's what we got. It's not doing, like, it didn't get very tall, and it's just now producing ears on the bottom. Like, it's just now starting to sprout the ears, and I'm only got out of 40, I want to say 40. Seven sevens, 14, 28, 32, 36, 38 plants survived. 2 of them broke with the wind. 3 of them didn't even mature. Like, they're still like this, even though they're in the ground. They did not mature at all. And only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So 15 out of 30, that's about a 50% rate, is growing what looks like a corn cob at the bottom. And then I will probably not even get but 7%, probably just 7 ears of corn will actually produce corn, because it already tasseled like 3 weeks ago. So it doesn't even have tassels to pollinate. So there's the tassels at the top. They already flew away. It tasseled, the wind, and it flew away. So I doubt if they're even going to pollinate and produce corn. And the okra, I don't know how long it takes okra to grow, but this stuff is taking forever. So I moved on to other items like potatoes. We have potatoes, we have sweet potato, we have potatoes in our big container. Let's see if I can point it out. Right there. Right there. That's regular potatoes. That has regular potatoes in it. And then on the table here behind me, you can see I have corn here. I have corn, tomatoes. Those are my sweet potato vines. I have tomatoes and onions, and I have more peppers over here, which those are bell peppers. And this is a rooster that will not shut up until I leave, so we're just gonna have to deal with him. And then down here was all of my spices. It was thyme and oregano, and my thyme and oregano, I don't know exactly what happened. It just stopped growing. Like, it came up, and then it's there. I mean, it's there. It's just not growing. I think I need to take it out and separate it and see what it'll do after that, but it's only like yee bit high. And then right here, I don't know how well. Okay, here, bam, here. That's my sweet potato in a bucket. It's probably more like ants in a bucket. And then here, I don't know how well you can see it, so. And then here is the bell peppers, and this is our bib lettuce. That's Bib. We've already cut this 4 times, including this morning. And this is my second round of Bib lettuce going here. I have more Bib lettuce over there and that I have to get planted. Oh, it's so hot and it's so sunny out. So I bought, yes, I did. I bought tomatoes because I don't have any tomatoes. So I bought tomatoes, but I bought one of those little packets of medley packets. You know, they have like red cherries, yellow pear, purple something another, and then regular red cherries, tomatoes. And my husband, he likes tomatoes. I don't eat tomatoes. I eat ketchup, but I don't eat tomatoes like that. But he was like, oh, I want them for a salad. And I was like, okay. So when he got done with it, you know, there was still some tomatoes left over. I was like, are you going to eat those? And he said, no. So I threw them into a container. And the tomatoes that I showed you over there on the table, there are 72 cells in one of those Hexo Pro Hex planter things from Walmart. There's 72 cells. I have 2 of those flats over there on that table with just these tomatoes. Now, don't judge. These are those tomatoes. Those are those tomatoes. I have tomatoes in cups. And then I have tomatoes. They're just in water, but they're living. So I have these tomatoes. These tomatoes that need to be planted out. And then these tomatoes that need to be planted out. All of these plants came from six of those little tomatoes. So don't do that. If you just take one tomato and do that if you plan on. And then I took a pepper, one of my peppers. I think they're Ajvarskis, but I never got like the big bullhorn type. So the Ajvarski is supposed to be like a long horn looking, like they're supposed to be long horn pepper. I think it's supposed to be like a mild or a sweet pepper, bell pepper. No, not bell pepper, but like a poblano looking. I want to say like a poblano looking pepper, but it's called Ajvarskis. Okay, so anyway, I bought those. And I never got big peppers from them, so I don't know if they were crossbred or something. So I took the seeds from one of my peppers and threw it into one of these. And I'm weird. It says peppers need heat to grow, and I put them out here in the sun and they wouldn't grow. Like they were out here for 14 days and they just wouldn't grow. So I was like, well, I have an incubator. Let's just put them on a heat mat. I don't have a heat mat. So I took them inside and put water in the bottom of the incubator. Well, not in the bottom of the incubator. I put it in a little cup, a little ceramic cup. Yes, I'm a lost for words sometimes. I put water in a ceramic cup. I set it for 7 days, 100 degrees, and let it go for at 75% humidity for the 7 days, and they germinated within 3. So I don't know if it was just if the incubator pushed them, helped them, or if they were just going to germinate on their own. Either way, I don't care. So I said I'll take you guys over here and show you the meat birds. And as I walk by, I'll show you the ICB, IBC, whatever the hell they're called. These things. I have 4 of them. I have 2 here and I have 2 around front. So we're going to use those for the chickens whenever we get them. And we also have, so my shit's a mess. So I'm still cleaning up this pool. And I'm going to make a platform for the pool, for the ducks. And here's meat birds. I ordered 20 meat birds from Hoover Hatchery. I got 40. I don't know if that's something that they do, if it was a mishap, if it was like, oh, we doubled your order because you're a first-time buyer from us, whatever. I didn't appreciate it. I mean, okay, you sent me 40. I wasn't prepared for 40. 40 is costing me a little bit more money. It cost me a little bit more because I only had a brood box big enough for the 20. Because 10 of them were for somebody else. So now I'm stuck. We lost 3. No, we lost 6. We have 33. No, I have 36 birds. 36. So we lost 4. We lost 2 in shipping. So when we got the box, there was 2 dead. We put them in, gave them water. The next day we lost another one. And then the day after that, we lost another one. So we lost 4 the first 2 days we had them. And I had to use my greenhouse to put them in. This box was not meant for these birds. This box was meant for the birds that are under the dungeon, or in the dungeon, that are over there in the new house, under the new house platform. So we substitute with meat bird, but they do not get meat bird all the time. They get lettuce. I don't know how well you can see it here on the ground, like somewhere up in here where these 2 and the duck is. You can see lettuce all over the ground back here. We give them lettuce, we give them cracked corn, we give them scratch. We just substitute with that to make sure that the weight, I guess the weight thing, so they get I want to say it's 4 cups. 4 cups of meat bird food in the morning, and then 4 cups of meat bird food in the evening. Other than that, throughout the day, they eat lettuce. They were put in here when they were 3 weeks old. 2.5 weeks old. 2.5 weeks old. They were put in here at 2.5 weeks old. This was grass. This is now the Mojave Desert. Like, look at it. It's devastated. Yes, this trough, this rain gutter back here, that's where I feed them. I feed them their corn. I feed them their lettuce in there. The ducks get different food, even though, yes, they eat the meat bird food, but they get a different type of food. They get do more. Chick bird starter. I think it's like chicken duck starter. The non-medicated, because we don't want them medicated. So we don't medicate any of them. They are spoiled. I mean, it's hot. It's only 80 is, I won't say it's only 88 degrees, but it's 88 degrees out here right now. And I know that they're in transition from feathers to feathers. So they have a fan, and greenhouses do exactly that. They have the greenhouse effect, so it makes it hot, but they're under the shade. I want to say probably about 80% of the day, because the only sun that comes through, like the sun hits the house, and then about 12 o'clock, from 12 to about 1:30, then it's behind over here. So they're constantly in the shade. Even though, yes, we understand here in Florida, shade doesn't mean crap. So they're in the shade, trying to keep them cool. So anyway, that's enough about the farm today, or our farmstead. It's enough about it today. So if you like the video, if it was informative, if you have any questions about anything that we're growing, any meat bird questions, any duck growing questions, feel free to leave it down in the comments below. As soon as we get everything settled. We're not settled. We've only been here probably like 6 months, 2 months to move in, and 4 months actually living here, so we're not really settled. But once we get everything settled and like really like cleaned up and all that good stuff, I do have a resin business and soap making business. It's kind of like resin art, craft, and soap. I will be getting back into that. I do have some soap on hand right now. It is at a discounted rate. I do not have any of that on my website, so if you're interested in that, interested in seeing it whenever we get back in, when I get back into it, I will be doing some videos on my soap making. I know there's like 50,000 people probably out there making soap on YouTube. I don't care. But like I said, if there's any kind of questions or whatever you have, just leave it in the comments down below. I do appreciate the comment that I got about the Kumi Creator. I haven't worked with it a lot since we, kind of like coronavirus hit, and then I wasn't able to get thread, yarn, whatever for it. So, and then we moved. I just haven't been able to get back to it. So I will be doing some more videos on that, some more instructional videos, some make it videos, some stuff like that once I get everything, just kind of sorted and all that stuff. So like I said, if you found this informative or just have questions, comments about anything you see here on my channel, just leave it down in the comments below. And thank you for watching. Hit that like button. It really helps me out. I don't work. I don't have a 9-to-5 job. This is what I do. I make money. This, not YouTube, but off of my farm market. It's not, I probably make less than what a delivery driver for Pizza Hut makes. So, just hit the like button. It helps. If you know somebody else who has questions or comments, about what you see here, say you have a friend or something, share the video and hit the subscribe button. So like I said, that's all for now. So thanks for watching. Bye guys.